Okay, so we'll just do
What's behind me
crudes.
on the green screen? Just
That's
That's funny. I think we're actually going to.
yeah, we were actually going to ask you a question about that. Normally, it's just like a blue background or like a Fan
Yeah.
La La branded background.
I think I made. I'll leave it on. I'm hot. Let's
You,
go.
all right. Well, let us know if you
Yeah.
get uncomfortable.
Yeah.
All right. So let's just start with the cruise. Just give us.
Sure.
Tell us about the movie and then tell us about your character.
The Croods is about a family of cavemen that kind of get thrust out into the world out of their cave and have to find a new place to live and kind of discover that there's more to life than just surviving.
Cool. And your character.
In the Croods, I play Thunk, who's the son, who's kind of the weakest and like easiest prey and dumbest but the sweetest character in the movie.
Yeah. Is he the dumbest, or are they all kind of? You
He's-
can tell
he's
from the
definitely
trailer.
dumbest. Yeah, he's definitely the dumbest. He's also the youngest though. He's supposed to be like 9. He's physically the biggest.
Right. What do you think kids, at our website, what do you think they'll most enjoy, or just audiences in general? What will they really enjoy about the movie?
I mean, I think the movie is pretty enjoyable for everybody, kids and their parents, and everywhere in between. Because it works on a lot of levels. There's a lot of like funny physical comedy. There's, I feel like there's a lot of stuff that might be over kids' heads that parents will enjoy. But I'm 27. I liked it a lot. So.
Mm-hmm. Nice. More and more of or maybe I just didn't know as a kid, but more and more of the animated movies are gearing towards adults. It seems like there's a lot more stuff for adults to enjoy. All right, if you lived in prehistoric times, what's the number one rule you would follow to stay alive?
I mean, I wouldn't even get as far as heaven rules. I'd die so fast. I never would have. I wouldn't have lasted to have like learned to write.
Well,
I'd just be done.
Then let's imagine your demise. What's taking you out?
I'd probably just being eaten by something. I'd just be eaten by something, I imagine. Like a dinosaur, tiger,
Sure.
any number of things could eat me.
Sure. We were just having this debate of like saber-toothed cats. Like
Oh yeah.
they were.
About the species that they're trying to bring back.
Right. Yeah. Because
They are?
Well, they're trying to. There's like a list of like 24 species that are like relevant that they're trying to bring back, and the saber-toothed cat was one of them, and the woolly mammoth was like another.
I bet like people in India that have to like deal with tigers would warn against bringing those back.
Right. Well, it was like well, let's just bring them back to show 'em who's
imagine.
on top of the food chain now.
Yeah, basically, give us a threat.
All right. So if you were living back then, you live in a cave. How would you furnish your cave? Any ideas?
You'd have to use kind of what was around. Maybe you could make like some grass cloth wallpaper out of like palms. I think the key thing would be trying to fashion some kind of a comfortable bed. That seems like it'd be the hardest thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
Make some kind of memory foam.
Let's if we modernize it and just say what does Clark Duke need in a cave nowadays? You live in a cave now. What do you need to be happy?
I think we just started like if I lived in a cave now, because we're not going to be hearing Andy's
Right.
voice, so
Okay.
like kind of rephrasing the question.
Well, going back to if I was decorating my cave, I would paint the walls with the blood of my enemies. That would be my move number 1, just to kind of set a precedent to other rival cave people. Paint the outside of the cave with their blood, just whatever. What was the next question? I can't now.
I don't know if there is another question.
That's it, right?
I think we can go with that. I haven't gotten to see the movie yet, but I know from like watching clips and trailers, like there's a lot having to do with like inventions. Like I
Right.
invented traps or I invented shoes.
The wheel.
So you as a kid or now, did you ever, when you were growing up, did you ever invent anything? Did you have anything you were proud of as a kid that look what I made kind of thing?
A lot of people don't know this. I actually invented the tripod.
How'd that come about?
I don't know, I just kind of thought of it. I fell over when I broke one of my arms and fell to grab myself. I thought, well, this is pretty stable. But then it turned out it actually been invented hundreds of years ago.
But you had fashioned your own first.
Yeah, I made a ramshackle one.
Yeah.
Broomsticks and a volleyball, but
3 legs are better than 2, kind of a thing.
yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know
for
where
sure.
I'm going with this.
That's all right.
I don't think you
I've
wanted
never
to start
invented
with soccer
anything. No,
ball.
I haven't invented anything. I used to draw a lot. So I mean, I might have drawn like an alternate Batman costume or something.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd call that an invention.
Sure. Do you actually remember? That's just supposing maybe you did. You don't remember if you specifically did?
What, drew
if I were-
Batman?
Yeah, if I were to ask you if you made an alternate Batman costume, what
I mean,
what
I've
would be on
drawn
it?
Batman so many times. I feel like if there's a piece of paper in front of me, there's like a 90% chance I'm going to draw Batman. Even today.
Really?
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Get this man some paper.
Yeah. We got a chalkboard out there. How about now? I'm gonna stick with the inventions. What do you feel like are the your favorite inventions of kind of our age? What couldn't you live without?
You know, the iPhone's pretty great. I mean, just kind of pretty much all the Apple stuff over since I was like 15 has been pretty amazing. Man, it's sad that I can't think of any inventions besides that. I mean, what else? There's like the Segway, which is pretty worthless.
Right. I mean the Snuggie.
The Snuggie.
Yeah.
Is the Snuggie really an invention? I mean, it's kind of just a robe you put on backwards.
Yeah.
I feel like the Snuggie's more a question of fashion than it is invention.
Sure. I mean, somebody made a lot of money off of it,
Right.
and
I can't even think of it. Like, what's a new invention? We're not inventing anything anymore. I see those Google glasses. That looks horrible.
let's
I
keep
feel like
going
there's a
down
lot.
this
I feel like
avenue.
there's a lot of inventions I don't like more than ones I do like. Yeah.
Do you have it? Can you go ahead with
Twitter?
Google?
I think Twitter's really bad. I think Twitter's really bad for everyone, like society. Jeggings. Jeggings also bad for society, I would say. I saw like Hulk Hogan wearing a pair of those. The sex tape. It's a pretty new invention. Another bad one. What else?
Yeah.
Reality shows. Yeah, all the inventions are lousy anymore.
Yeah. Totally.
No more wheels.
Yeah, wheel's a much better invention than
Yeah.
sex tapes.
I like that Twitter does. It is a pain in the ass.
I think there's gonna be like long-term psychological effects on like children growing up now because of like Facebook, Twitter, just all this stuff. Like, there's no way it's not making people develop differently.
Well, I was
This
on.
does not seem like the topic for this.
No, it's okay. That's,
It's based on the stuff on the walls here.
no, yeah. Well, like I said, like,
Probably not
Yeah.
what the audience wants to hear.
no, this
Old
is perfect.
Man Clark complaining.
You and your computers.
I love this because it's like, yeah, those are the people we always get, and so it's great to have a contrary now. Like,
Right.
who knows how it'll
Right.
go? I think it's great. Let's do. We'll go back to the Crude specifically. Your experience on it. Was this your first voice acting experience?
I had done a lot of episodes of Robot Chicken, but I mean that's not anything near the scale of this, you know. So yeah, this was my first theatrical animated movie before.
And how was it working on it? Good times.
It was great. I mean, it's hard to compare it to anything because it's kind of unlike anything else you do. You know, you're by yourself a lot. Like it's kind of you in the booth alone, like for a couple hours once a month or so over the period of like a couple of years. So it's a really specific odd job.
Is there like an average number of like takes that you have to do? Do you usually have to do like 20 different deliveries of a single line?
Sometimes, you know, you do stuff over and over, but I mean, it's, you know, that's the thing is there's not a typical anything with it. Like you kind of knew there were days where I just make noises. You know what I mean? Like screaming and running and breathing and jumping. Like, so it was funny. But it's really rewarding when you see the finished movie because it's so amazing to see this weird character with your voice and sort of like your facial ticks and stuff.
Did you get to see rough animations as you went, or were you surprised just with the final product? That was when you first saw yourself?
I saw like a little bit of stuff as it went along rough, like some drawings and like some animatics, but for the most part, really didn't see much until I just saw the finished movie, which is kind of fun.
Right. Did they have the character designed before you like? Did they already have the character before you came in, or did they tailor it to you a little bit?
No, I think they had the characters. Like I knew what he looked like, but that was about it.
Right.
You kind of can't. Or I couldn't like put in my brain like what it was gonna look like with my voice coming out of it, so it's pretty fun.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, I mean, how do you compare? Because like you said, he's like kind of a big dumb kid, right? I mean, do you?
Yeah, it's like a big Labrador.
So it's not a voice you'd expect. You wouldn't expect to see or hear your voice coming out of that body typically.
Right.
I mean, any funny stories from the making of, like any particularly amusing experiences?
I wish I would have taken advantage more of the fact that you could kind of wear whatever you wanted to when you were doing the recordings. Like I should have worn more cowboy hats, more tank tops, that kind of thing. That's my only regret with the film. I didn't really take more advantage of that.
Right. Because someday the Blu-ray will be out with the special features, and you just will be dressed normally.
I'm just wearing normal clothes. that little skateboard camera.
Right.
That shoots you.
Yeah. Did you get to work at all with your co-stars, or I mean, you already said you're pretty much by yourself in the booth. Did you get to do anything with them?
I think there might have been one day I was there with Cloris Leachman and Catherine Keener was like leaving as I came in. But no, I mean, not really. I think literally maybe the one time I recorded with somebody else, but otherwise it's individually.
Yeah. Oh, so you're
No.
Emma Stone or anybody like
No.
that?
I mean, I know those people, but not, I didn't see them once making this.
Right.
Which is really surreal to say. Like,
Yeah. Did you get to meet them afterwards? I mean, at the premiere.
I've known Emma for a long time, since
Yeah.
like Superbad, and then Cage was in the first Kick-Ass movie, so I met him through that.
That's right.
Yeah.
Oh wow, cool. And how's that going? The new one.
We finished it in November or December or something like that, but it's great. It comes out in August.
Awesome. And you, like, are you gonna get to be a superhero or
I
like
am.
you get a suit?
I'm Battle Guy. I have
Awesome.
a costume. It's pretty amazing.
that must have been a new experience. I mean, going from drawing Batman to then like having your own.
Right. I mean, I'm a comics guy my whole life, so it's just a dream come true for me to have any costume.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Let's see.
It's warm in here, you guys.
Pretty much nailed most of it.
Ditch the jacket if you want.
Yeah,
we can
feel free if you want.
re-mic you.
May have to. Get a little warm.
Okay. I'll stop this real quick.
I'm rolling my sleeves up for these last questions.
Just
Perfect.
so we were gonna ask you,
Right.
if you had a green screen behind you, what would you put up there?
Wow. I mean, anything? I can put anything up there?
Right, yeah.
And can you just start
Shoot
your
for
answer
the
with
stars.
if I had a green screen behind you, behind me?
Right. If I had a green screen behind me right now, I would put up an Applebee's.
And then what? Would you go into that Applebee's and what would you order?
I wouldn't order anything. I just want people to think that we conducted this interview in an Applebee's and wonder why.
That'll do.
Yeah.
Okay,
You
and
can
then
CGI a beer in my hand or something here if you want at the Applebee's.
Ding.
We should be in an Applebee's parking lot. We're not even inside. Exterior Applebee's day.
Totally agree.
Yeah.
Perfect. We're gonna make that a segment now.
Let's just do a quick liner. We'll just
Yeah.
do
This
hey,
is the camera.
I'm Clark Duke from the Croods.
And you're watching Fan Lala.
Or yeah,
I'm Clark Duke and
actually,
you're watching Fan Lala.
I'm Clark
first.
Duke. You're watching Fan Lala, and then check out the Croods in theaters now.
Theaters nationwide, yeah.
Great.
Sure. Hi, I'm Clark Duke. You're watching Fan Lala, and check out the Croods in theaters now.
Let's separate those two. Like, how's it going? Clark Duke and you're watching Fan Lala. And then it'll just be one.
Okay. Hey, how's it going? I'm Clark Duke, and you're watching Fan Lala.
Cool. And now let's do thanks for watching the interview, guys. Check out the Croods in theaters
Okay.
nationwide.
Thanks for watching the interview, everybody. Please, Thanks for watching, everybody. Please check out The Croods in theaters now.
Okay,
Great.
perfect.
And maybe we should do a just a quick intro also for the beginning.
Sure.
Just say your name and just say that you're the voice of Thunk from the Croods,
Yeah.
just in case, because we don't
Yeah.
know if our audience will know your face right off the bat, since they probably
your
can't watch
audience?
Kick-Ass. Like 12-year-old girls.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they don't know me.
Yeah.
They might have seen Greek. They might have
Right.
seen
That's
Greek,
true,
but I've
probably.
only done rated R movies.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, they probably don't know
Yeah.
me. They don't want to know me.
Someday they will.
That's what you can say. I'm Clark
do you-
Duke, and you don't want to know me. You're watching Family.
If you're seeing this, you've made a huge mistake. Hi, I'm Clark Duke, and I'm the voice of Thunk in The Croods. Like that?
Yeah.
Do you want to end it off with you're watching Fan Lala, or do you?
Sure.
Let's
Let's
just
do that.
okay.
We'll roll into your.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm Clark Duke. I voice Thunk in The Croods, and you're watching Fan Lala.
Perfect.
Great. All right. Well, I think we'll just wrap it up there then. If you guys have to get going.
Yeah, I think we're